Hey, what's up everyone? This is Lewis. Today, I wanted to talk about subscribers and advice, and if they actually have good advice at all, because honestly, a lot of times, there are really bad advice givers out there. Yeah, that's not how I should say it. Anyway, yeah, so a lot of people give trash advice, just horrible, you know, like, right? And I've been fortunate enough not to get, you know, that many people saying that kind of stuff, but, like, obviously the majority of the people will just say get a capture card, and while that is good advice, it's repetitive, right? But some people just give really horrible advice, and it's kind of bad to see. So do subscribers actually give good advice? Because subscribers do give advice all the time. You know, you see people in the comments being like, oh hey, this is a thing you should do, whoa, you know, and most of the time they do give pretty good advice, and I never really turn them down on their advice. But the thing is, sometimes their advice is just trash and you gotta just ignore them, dude. But no, seriously though, sometimes the advice can be pretty hard to know whether it's good or bad, because sometimes things will just not be beneficial to your channel. So is it okay to not always pay attention to your subscribers? Or should you just never pay attention to them all? Or should you always pay attention to them and make the changes necessary for what they say? But, you know, not everybody knows how your channel should be, and I don't feel like you should 100% pay attention to them. If you see a lot of repeat advice, that's okay, whatever. If somebody says, like, if more than one person says that you should get something or fix something with your channel, then it's most likely something that you should follow up through. And if it's something that's kind of not necessary and it's something you don't really want to do, then maybe you shouldn't do it because it's just one person asking for it. So, like, say they tell you to change the style of your thumbnail to be a little bit different or something, or maybe someone says don't be so much clickbait, and you decide not to be so much clickbait, and for some reason your views start to drop and you don't know why. But guess what? You got rid of the clickbait factor, so that means your channel's gonna die. See, the thing is, subscribers don't always know what they're talking about, so it's hard to tell when they're giving good or bad advice. Now, I feel as though every subscriber should be, like, given the proper amount of attention when it comes to them trying to give advice, but I don't feel as though it should be taken too seriously. You just got to think about what they're saying and say, hey, is this appropriate for my channel, or is this something that I really want to do? Now, of course, I don't really get that much advice, so it's not something that I know too much about, but don't be fooled by horrible advice, okay? Just don't. But if somebody really, like, if a lot of people are giving you the same advice, say I do top 10s, for example, and everybody's like, no, that's horrible, do top 5s, and everybody is saying that, well, not everybody, like a majority, not majority, but a good amount of people are saying that, then, you know, I'm not going to do top 5s, I'll do, top 10s, I'll do top 5s, and, you know, so on, right? So, that's the thing, like, that's the issue with good advice and bad advice, is you don't always know what is good and what isn't. So just be aware, please, okay? Be aware of bad advice. Just think about it and apply it to your channel, like, in your mind, obviously, and don't, like, see how it would affect your channel and think about it in that way. Now, if it's something like you should get a capture card, something so obvious and just straight out that's like, you know, people don't need to say that anymore, then you don't need to worry about it. It's just like, okay, yeah, whatever, you can just ignore him, you can just block him and report him to the FBI. Wait, what? No. But seriously though, it's not really something that you need to pay attention to, so you can just skip over that comment. It's not that big of a deal. And yeah. So, do subscribers have good advice? Well, they can. Now, a lot of times, subscribers will actually give constructive criticism, which is really good, and a lot of times they will give advice with that, and most of the time their advice can be actually pretty good because they're the ones watching your videos, you know. They're not the ones in charge of the channel. They're telling you how they can enjoy your channel more, And if it's something stupid like stop with the clickbait, that's pretty bad, honestly. That's just like, okay, well, that's not gonna help you enjoy my channel more, you know? So, but for all the people in the comments, I encourage you to give people advice on how they can make their channel how they can make their channel so that way you enjoy it more, because that's how you got to think about it, right? Like, that's how you got to think about advice and stuff. A lot of times you just got to be like, hey, how can I make it to where he knows what I'll enjoy more, and you know, whatever. And that's just something to think about, you know, just something to think about. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. You guys can tell me what you think in the comments below. And yeah, I know there's gonna be maybe some advice in the comments, and you know, I'm not looking for advice specifically. I just wanted to talk about the topic of good and bad advice, because honestly, it's not really something that people talk about, and generally when people give advice, they just automatically think it's good advice, which that's debatable, you know. So yeah, anyway though, that's gonna be it for this video. So if you all enjoyed, please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.